Here with Coach, Head Coach Tyrone Wheatley. Coach, your thoughts on the game tonight?
Wow. You know, taking away what the negatives first, we, still with the sputtering motor, it's just hard to get these guys to believe that they can play with anyone. I don't know, it's the old school term, but, now in today's age, you can't say it, but it's the battered syndrome. These guys have been battered and tethered for so long, they don't know how to come out and win. And we're going to get them there. We're going to get them there. Now let's go with the positives. They're counter punchers right now. They're taking some great shots, and then all of a sudden they figure they can fight with anybody. What we got to do is we got to come out and start, throw the first punch, second punch, third, then get hit with one, and then say, you know what? Didn't faze me. I'm gonna hit you again. And that's where we have to come out. That's where we have to come out. And, I would take a lot of the responsibility, but at the same time, a lot of responsibility falls on them as the players. They have to understand and believe that they can go play. They can go play. We just faced the 15th team in the nation, which is a great team, well-disciplined team. And all we have to do is just go out and play with them, right? However, the next great thing that we did was, once again, the fight didn't stop. And that's the one thing I'm proud of these guys. The fight didn't stop. I just wish we know that we're in the fight in the very beginning of the game.
Kind of going off that point, your first drive of the game, get down to about the 35. You punt, which I thought was a good decision. You pinned them down at the 6-yard line. 3 times in that next drive, they had third down, a couple third and longs, too. You couldn't get off the field. Do you think that was kind of a key for the confidence early in the game? If you would have pinned them maybe deep and made them fly to the end zone?
But this is what you have to understand, though. Confidence isn't in what happens on the field. Confidence is what comes into you, what you work through, all the way from starting when season is over in January, all the way up until August. That's where the confidence comes in at, right? I think a lot of these young kids come in with the false bravado because everyone is telling them they're great, and then all of a sudden when they hit with adversity, because they've never been hit with adversity, they don't know how to handle it. And that's what I have right now in this team. I have a lot of great kids, a lot of great personalities, but they've never dealt with adversity, and this is the first time they're dealing with it. So once again, once they mature and once they become older, yes, hopefully it'll turn. Like I said, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference if we pin them or if we don't pin them. The guys who have it in them comes out and say, you know what? I don't care. This gives me an opportunity to show you how great I am. No matter the situation. No matter the situation, you give me a chance to show you the work that I've put in. The exercise, the weightlifting, the training that I put in, no matter the situation, this is the moment I rise to. We're not there yet, but I guarantee you we will get there. And like I say, the positive is I see them incrementally growing. It may not look like it, but I see it. And I am proud of them for that. There's the growth, and I know there's the growth.
Talk about Champion today, maybe his development from last week. I thought he made a couple of really good throws, especially in the second half. He was your leading rusher. Sometimes that isn't a good thing with your quarterback being the leading rusher, but talk about his maturity maybe from last week to this week.
Well, once again, he has to understand that going back to the maturation and the maturity of it all, just do what's called, just do what's asked of him, do what the play is called instead of trying to force it. He forced some things, and a lot of times at that quarterback spot, you're asked to do a lot, but really, simple things is the most, great things that you can happen. You'll benefit more by just doing the simple things. And he's trying to force the ball in there. He's trying to do some things when the team is sputtering. But when we ask him just do what he's supposed to do, he's pretty good. Had some pretty good runs. In this offense, the quarterback can be the leading rusher, right? Because he pulls it. And I tell you what, he's a spark with his legs. But we just got to calm him down and get him to see it.
Talk about next week. I'll be going on the trip with you to do some radio. I've been with the basketball team for 10 years now, and it seems like, whether it was Coach Greer before, now Coach Smothers, sometimes, hey, we're going on a long trip, getting away from home. We face some adversity at home. You had that short trip to start the season, but this is a 10-hour trip. Maybe that's a good thing to get away. Talk about what you can do this week to kind of take advantage. I know it's a long trip. We don't want to go 10 hours, but maybe it's a good thing looking forward and playing another good team next week.
But that's the point. Like I said, I just want to get this team away from what's a good thing and looking at it different. It's all makes no difference whether we're going 20 hours or 10 hours, we're playing in your backyard, right? We can't start looking at things, and I understand what you're saying, right? Try to give them a positive spin on it. The positive spin on it is, you're great football players. Act like it. Play like it. Once again, I don't care if we got to go play in the parking lot with no lights. You know, the worse the situation is, the more you show up, right? And that's the heart that I'm looking for, and that's the heart that I'm going to put in these young men. It doesn't make a difference if it, you know, the adversity you hit here. Don't waste the adversity. We got to get to the point where pressure is a privilege, because you are at a university, and to be under this pressure is a privilege. Because if you wasn't here, you wouldn't have the pressure, right? So the adversity we face doesn't make a difference where you go. Live in it, relish it, bring it on, right? And I'm going to get them there.
Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck.
No, thank you.